Astronomical growth. What do you say we pick up where we left off, Ronald? Sure. Where traditional telescopes gather light to project an image, the star lens captures etheric glimmers and casts that onto the surface of water, hence making stargazing possible. As I was constructing the star lens, I realized I was missing the very piece that would allow me to do just that. This is where I need you. I will need to once again borrow your seasoned hand. Might you craft some ethereal conductors for me? Ah. Once these are finished, there will be one thing left to do. Conductors. Hang on. $160. It's been a long time since I heard half these songs on ever. Oh, I have to do this. Okay, there we go. You have my utmost gratitude, Ronald. Regardless of how bleak the outlook is, I will find the azure star. Excellent work. Now I have nearly everything I need. Just one last piece and we'll be one step away from a completed Starlands. Even if I am unable to find the Azure Star, meeting you has taught me the importance of perseverance. It is a lesson I shall not forget. Or what am I saying? Of course I will find it. I must. It is a dream I have spent the last decade pursuing. Exactly. Keep it a little bit. Yes, I will continue to give it my all. When you find the time to craft the final masterpiece, please come and find me. I'll be here illegally waiting. So, Ifrit has taken up residence within me. You kind of don't want him taken up. You don't want Ifrit, you. That sounds wrong. But a friend he can confide in. A promised star. Thanks to you, the completion of the Starlands is in sight. Without you by my side, I would have no doubt given up before the journey even began. And I speak not just of finding the Azure Star, but also confronting Jerome as to why he quit astronomy. Words is not enough to express my gratitude. Now, here we stand at the finish line, and I have one last request to make of you. Channeling magic into the Starlands requires a wand. Would you please craft one for me? Did you ever find yourself short on materials? Please help yourself to whatever is in the trunk. That's not a trunk, that's a crate. I'm just saying. User. Manipulation. Apparently I do double manipulation. Just kinda. Master mode? Yep, it's game over. We got it. We did it. Thanks. Yay. Different game. Have you finished crafting the final piece? Yes. What the? You said a wand. That looks like a staff. It's absolutely perfect. Now I have the necessary parts. All that's left to do is research for the Azure Star. When that time comes, would I be so bold as to ask you to join me? There's also one other individual I wish could be here. Being said, there's no guarantee that Azure Star even exists. I do not wish to disappoint them again. Even so, I would like to search the skies once again with Jeremy. After all, it is a dream we shared for a decade. Not at least asking would be a form of betrayal in itself. Let's go ask him. Given the time, he's most likely on his landing reciting poetry with his friends. As soon as I finish putting everything together, I will go straight there. Please wait for Jeremy for me at Oak's Landing. Bye. Ah, it's you again. I apologize, but we have nothing more to discuss. You may not have nothing more to discuss, but I have plenty. Oh, really? Dude. The star lens that Ron and I have been working on is now complete. It would mean the world to me if you come watch me again. Watch me begin my search for the star, Azure Star. I'm sorry, Jude. I'm afraid that is something I cannot do. What do you mean you cannot? This is your childhood friend we're talking about. To go away him. If the Azure Star truly doesn't exist, isn't it your duty to be by his side when he learns the truth? You don't understand. I searched for a decade for that star. It is nowhere to be found. A decade, surely you jest. What an absolute waste of time that was. Uh-huh. To think you were so close to throwing out all the best years of your life chasing a figment of your imagination. If such a thing existed, the top of the T of astronomy would have already found it. Did you not even take that into consideration? By the gods, you must be even. Wow. Are you talking to me? Uh, hey, what the? What am I doing? I strongly recommend against that. You see that craftsman there? He's an adventurer from overseas, and certainly not someone you want to fight with. Even you don't stand a chance. Uh, You best watch. Uh, in all our years together, I don't think I've ever seen you so upset. Speak up the way you did. I'll admit, I'm surprised myself a little. My heart is still pounding. I just couldn't let it go when I thought about everything you had invested. The audacity he had to utter such words. I lived, ate, and breathed that dream. When I discovered there was no hope of fulfilling it, the despair that overcame me was beyond words. I felt worthless. That is why I could say nothing earlier. Even if some of the members, the poets, are a little rough around the edges, this is the only place I have. moved by children. I was crying because I did not fit in with the others. You invited me to join you in stargazing. You gave me a place to belong in this world. And now I'm asking you to join me in that place once more. But the skies. Very well, but this will be it for me. Then let us make our way to Scholar Harbor. I must first return to the workshop and retrieve the star lens. So I will meet the two of you there. I would think that Jude has changed so drastically in a such short span of time. It seems what he needed was not someone to take him by the hand, but rather coax him forward from behind. Come on, I want to see this thing. This so-called Azure Stars are gonna be like, yeah, that's not an Azure Star. That's something horrible and deadly. That's the apocalypse. That's the end of the worlds. That's despair in true form. Whoa. Are those several staffs? Yeah, they are. What in the world? Oh, this is... And there we go. Let us begin then. This is gonna cheat. So this is the star lens. It doesn't look... You're kidding, right? Dude. 10 years ago, on that fateful day, we were attempting to observe the constellations aligning with the fifth heaven's gate. I will begin by positioning the star lens in the same manner. Stars can be seen with such clarity. However, the Azure Star we saw back then does not shine among them. It's been moved. Not that I expected anything different. After all, one cannot see even with technology that which does not exist. Jude, the star lens is quite an impressive piece of work. It is for this exact reason the amplifier exists. An amplifier? Or do we need more? I want to believe it exists, but it exists. It's there somewhere right before our very eyes. You just have to... Your brilliance once more, just as you did 10 years ago. It's real. It truly does exist. We didn't imagine it. But what is it? It's real. Why did I give up so easily? Jude, you're extraordinary. But this changes nothing. Because now you have to ask the question, what is it? I mean, we know it's called it's a star, but it's like, it's gotta be something because it glows so bright. Ronald, it's all thanks to you that our decade of hard work did not go to waste. Which reminds me, did you see where Jeremy wandered off to? He was with us when we entered the studying grounds. Ah, yes, this feels much better. Now that's more like it. Like the Jeremy I know. Ronald, wouldn't you agree this style suits him better? Uh, that's some nice fabric. Looks good. Thank you. I finally come to realize that simply transferring my appearance does not change who I am on the inside. But that is neither here or there. What I wish to talk about is the Azure Star. There's something about it that has been nagging me in the back of my mind. How is it you succeeded with an ancient lens made of water, or the latest, most advanced equipment of the Stadium failed? Probably because of the craftsmanship. The star lens allowed us to see by capturing not the light of stars, but their ether, correct? Oh yeah, that too. I see, you believe that due to how far away the Azure Star resides from us, a traditional telescope would have trouble capturing the light it emits. The star lens, meanwhile, can capture an image of its ether, the very life force of the star. I could scarcely imagine how much further our technology must advance for telescopes to perceive such distant celestial bodies. Strange then that we were able to see the Azure Star all those years ago. How do you suppose we accomplished such a feat? At the time, we were using a toy crafted for children. The lens, contrary to popular telescopes, was made from low-quality crystal. The ether of that crystal lens is likely what allowed us to pick up on the star's glow. After we reported what we saw, the faculty conducted their own observations on the similar, if not identical conditions and found nothing. What if the intensity of its ethereal emissions is prone to periodic fluctuations? An ethereal cycle, if you will. It stands to reason that night 10 years ago, the Azure Star had reached its peak. A brief, miraculous window wherein the star's ether was such that it could catch a glimpse with our crystal lens telescope. Incredible as always, Jerome. You've always been a very. I'm getting tired. Sharp or not, my abilities pale in comparison to your sheer drive, Jude. Thanks to said drive, we have rediscovered an alternate means of viewing stars in the night sky. And if your theory is correct, then that means there are far more stars out there than we ever even suspected, waiting to be discovered. It would certainly seem that way. This very, very well revitalized and revolutionized the field of astronomy. Then let us continue working together to find them, Jeremy. Let us continue to breathe life into the dreams of those two young boys from 10 years ago. Jude, you forget I am no longer with the Faculty of Astronomy. In case you've already forgotten, I'm a rather persistent fellow. I've waited this long, I could stand to wait a bit longer for your return. I cannot argue with that. Never did I think we'd begin this journey, that I would come to such a spectacular end. Thank you again, Ronald. While our time together was short, it was incredibly fruitful. I am devastated to have to say goodbye. We, however, shall continue to reside under the same stars. When I want to remember our time together, I will simply look to the stars. I pray we will meet again. You shall always remain a treasured and true friend of mine. A phoenix has taken up residence in my heart. Get a hold of yourself. We did it. There's one more left. Starry Night. The last line. What is this? The 7th L Atari coffer. Oh yeah, because those are the ones that mess up. Oh, alright, I'm gonna take a quick break again, and then we'll be back.